by people from clubs. Next slide, please. And the art we have a pitch and networking night on Saturday, January 15th. And the time commitment is fairly flexible, 2 to 4 hours per week. You can negotiate it with the EMBA students throughout the program duration. Next slide, please. And the sorry, the best part of this is that as a non-business student, you can gain insight into business school as well as industry. These executive MBA students have typically 10 to 20 years of experience at companies in a wide variety of industries, from engineering to consulting and finance. And we also have guest speakers from Anderson, Harvard Business School, and other places as well. So uh, I'll put the RSVP link in the chat. It takes about 10 to 20 seconds. So if you'd be interested, please do so as soon as possible. And I hope to see you on the 15th at 6 p.m.
All right. Hello, everybody. So we have a lot to tell you about. We have a lot planned for this quarter. But first, I want to do a quick recap of what we did in fall. So a lot happened. On the technical side, we had 5 projects and 4 workshops hosted by our amazing project and workshop leads. And also we had events like our picnic, ice blocking, boat tour secrets, and they were a lot of fun. So if you came out to those, thank you so much. And if you didn't attend, I encourage you to attend this year because they're a great way to meet people in the club. Also for like mentorship, networking, and meeting industry professionals, we had a few graduate and corporate info sessions last quarter. And it's something that we're really leading into this coming quarter. And you'll see that in the coming presentations. And also, of course, GP started last quarter and is going to be in full swing this winter. So you'll hear all about that from Taylor. I also want to quickly acknowledge that, of course, 2 weeks of remote school is probably not how many of us wanted to start off the year, but I do ask that and encourage you to please just stay involved, stay positive, and we can still have a great experience no matter what happens and no matter what is announced the next few weeks. So with that, I'll hand it off to our project leads to see what they have in store for us this quarter.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston. I am the Ops co-lead.
Hey, you guys know me, I'm Margot. So this quarter, we're going to be talking about microprocessors. We're going to be doing a lot of coding and using our Arduinos and Nanos to be able to design different projects. Over the fall, we went over circuit designing using breadboards and soldering in order to design LED circuits and design the 555 timer.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this winter quarter. This is where the fun really starts. We get into the microprocessors, which is where just all of the most fun projects are now. So we are introducing the Arduino Nano, which is going to allow us to do a lot. And along with that, we're going to get into programming and just basic programming. And we're going to learn a little bit about communication protocols and much more. We're going to have 3 new projects this quarter and 2 new competitions to show off in those projects.
Yeah, so don't forget to come out to our lecture on Thursday. It's going to be through Zoom, obviously, but all the information should be in the ops links.
Yeah, looking forward to a good quarter.
Hi, I'm Dominic, and I am one of the Micromouse co-leads.
I'm Tim, the other Micromouse co-leads. If we could get the next slide, please. So we did a lot fall quarter. We learned all about what makes our rats tick, from MCUs, motors, IR sensors, and everything that goes with that. And we went from knowing absolutely nothing about STM32 IDE to writing mice that can actually solve mazes. So and when we held a rat race, a rat competition, we had 10 finishers out of 15, which is actually fantastic. And we had like some socials, and I had a lot of fun learning how to use Eagle. But anyways, that's about it for fall quarter. Dominic here will talk about winter quarter.
Yeah, so we have a lot of good stuff coming in for winter quarter. The beginning of the quarter is going to start off with designing. All the teams are going to design their own mouse PCBs. So currently we're doing schematic reviews, and then after that, actually laying out the PCB and doing reviews for that. Once that's all good and ordered and parts are chosen, we're going to have one more lecture this quarter about flood fill and learn how to solve mazes the best ways we can. So, and then once we receive our boards, we'll get those assembled. Looking forward to a great quarter.
Yay, thank you guys.
Hey everyone, I'm Tim. I'm one of the co-leads, but unfortunately Alexi is the other one, but he couldn't make it today, so I'll be speaking on his behalf. All right, so for last quarter of Aircopter, we finished the entirety of designing our schematics, which is basically the majority of circuit design. That included our motor drivers, MCU, power regulation, and also we dipped a little bit into communication protocols, but we'll be going into that a lot more in depth this coming quarter. We're going to be finishing up Aircopter schematic designs in this next quarter. We already finished most of them, but we have a couple of touch-ups to do. So the bulk of the winter quarter will be PCB design and also a lot of communication protocols and applying those to sensor fusion. And hopefully we can get out a couple parts, because I know that so far we've been doing a lot of virtual things. So we're looking forward to actually being able to work with some parts here. And yeah, it should be interesting.
What's up, everyone? I'm Achintya, Dav Lead 01, and our fall quarter went great. We had a couple checkpoints. Some of them were to where you were required to make friends. Others were to look at both the software and hardware. I hope everyone loves Verilog, or at least loves their teammates now. But yeah, our fall quarter went splendidly, and Andrew will take you into our plan for winter.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I am the other Dav Lead. This winter, we're going to be playing 3 main labs, which include our mathematics lab, which we already had our lecture for yesterday night. Then we have our FFT lab, which is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be the most involved of the quarter. It's also going to be the one thing that is going to make Dav really come together. Then we're going to do an VGA lab, where we're going to make a Kajabi bird with just the VGA and our FPGA. All right, look forward to this quarter.
Yeah, it's the wireless advanced project. I'm Tyler, my co-lead Vibob.
Hey.
He's losing his voice. He's been spitting too much straight fire, so I'll be doing most of the talking for today. Next slide, please. All right, so last quarter we had a series of 4 lectures where we covered a lot of the basic building blocks for our RF system, and we're going to start moving away from the theory, and teams will start designing their actual physical hardware using Eagle and prototyping in winter and spring. So also on top, concurrent with that, we'll be starting to look at the signal processing and the digital communication side of things as we in the background during winter quarter. So we're excited to do that with y'all.
Hello. So hi, I'm Aaron, the R&D lead and responsible for, yes, thank you, David, for the wonderful nickname. But yeah, so over the past quarters, the student project initiative and all of the groups within have made some pretty significant progress. So to recap the quarter, in terms of assembling the BOM and schematic creation, all of the groups have made some reasonable progress. So on the right, you'll see one of the group's triangle wave generators, and then on the bottom right is a AC power supply for an amplifier, and on the top right are some frequency response simulations that I was running, and then on the bottom left is the prototypes for the pocket racer development. And so the plan for this quarter is for all of the groups to slowly finalize their BOMs for the first iteration of their design. And once the parts are in, potentially finish their prototype by the end of the quarter, and then identify potential improvements for an updated BOM for a purchase order next quarter, potentially.
Hey everyone, I'm David.
I'm
You probably
Scott.
know me. That's it. He needs no introduction.
Okay, can we go to the next slide, please? So this quarter we had 4 workshops, as mentioned previously, the first of which was lab tools. Then we did our soldering workshop, we did a MATLAB, and then finally a PCB design workshop. If you guys could come out to any of them, thank you so much. Your attendance means a lot. Some of you guys made it out to all of them, and that's really great. And so we're excited to announce that we're still having workshops next quarter. So if we saw you there, we'd be super excited to see you there again because we miss you. But also, if you are new to IEEE and you haven't joined a project and you're just coming to this meeting, this would be a great place to jump in next quarter because we have workshops with no commitment. And David will tell you a little more about that. All of our information from this quarter's workshops are up online. So if you want to see the slides or recordings, you'll be able to find those.
All right, guys. So you know how some Netflix shows, the first season's kind of weird, but then the later seasons are super fire? That's kind of like us, except our first season wasn't even that bad. So let me tell you what we have in store for season 2 of IEEE workshops. All right, so starting off, we have the most ambitious crossover event in the history of events. IEEE X IdeaHack's the largest hardware hackathon on the West Coast. I cannot believe it. I would never have imagined that this moment would come. But yeah, we're gonna be hitting you up with that MCU. So you can be your own superhero. You can make your own microcontrollers, program your own sensors, all that jazz. Get started on your hardware projects. Following that, we are gonna have a resume and interview workshop. Sorry, so you can get the bag, as they say. Following that, the Verilog workshop, most requested workshop of all time, 2 years in a row. There's no way we brought it back, but we did. And after you learn your Verilog, you can take that straight into our final workshop, FPGA design principles. You can make your own Verilog project. You might be wondering, like, what do I do with Verilog? Like, just open like Visual Studio, just like start typing. But no, like let me tell you, there's so much you can do with FPGA, and we are bringing in a super special secret guest lecturer that is still secret, so you have to be there. And if you want any more information, make sure to check Discord, check Facebook, and we'll be making more announcements when the time comes.
Wow, okay, so I gotta follow that up. All right, so also, as equally exciting, we have some very big news from the college outreach department. That's me, Ryder. All right, so I know everyone's wondering what I did last quarter. Well, let me tell you, we had a very exciting workshop at North Hollywood High School. We taught the youth, how to make circuits and do all that. So now, when they come to college, they're going to be like one step ahead of everyone, thanks to us. We're going to have many more workshops this quarter. And interestingly enough, we are now opening it up to general members. So be on the lookout in the Discord for an interest form to join. And you may be a part of the next workshop. Thank you.
All right, back to business again. I think I introduced myself already, right? So I'm the corporate relations officer, right, Tripoli? Next slide, please. So corporate info sessions, I organize some career preparation sessions where you can gain insight into working in industry and get resume writing tips. On the right, you can see an event banner for Texas Instruments resume review event from last fall quarter, and you can ask industry reps about internship and job offerings. And for this quarter, we're working on setting up an Intel and a Texas Instruments info session. Next slide, please. And I've also been organizing graduate school admissions panels where you can speak directly to admissions staff, faculty, and /or grad students from electrical and computer engineering programs. So these are 2 events. Shout out to Courtney for making these drippy banners. These are from last fall. So I do plan on organizing 1 or 2 more for spring quarter. So hope to see you guys there. Thanks.
Thank you, Jason. Hello, everybody. I didn't introduce myself earlier, but my name's Caleb, and I am your president this year. So, as promised, we will be holding a research fair this quarter, and I'll explain that subtitle in just a sec. But next slide. So yeah, we're aiming to hold a research fair along with HKN. We're targeting week 6 of this quarter, and whether it's going to be virtual or in person or maybe 2 of them, so both, that's still being decided based on the news that comes up. But yeah, if you're interested in research or you're looking for something to do this summer, or you're looking to pad your CV for jobs or grad school, this is a great opportunity to not just stumble upon just a random lab, but to actually speak to many labs and find the one that's right for your interests. So last spring, we had a virtual fair. We had 10 labs and around 60 participants, and it was really good. So we're bringing it back this year, and we're hoping to have, it's going to be bigger and greater than that. And yeah, so for research, it can take you a long ways. And so, like, for example, this past winter break, I had the opportunity to travel to Spain to present about my research. And that kind of explains the subtitle of, I got to discover my inner clueless American. And you can discover your inner clueless American too, if you join a research lab and it goes well. So yeah, come out to the research fair and see what's happening. So next, also me. So if you're trying to figure out what you want to do in your career, you know, UCLA. So next slide. Oh, next slide. So just like workshops, we've been on the grind this year with 4 separate panels for different types of career paths in ECE. So things you can ask, career paths, interview tips, grad school. There's going to be some Q&A at the end, so really it can be anything you want. And as of right now, the topics are autonomous or electric vehicles, circuit design, diversity and sustainability, and software/firmware. And so the first one's going to be the first bullet point, autonomous or electric vehicles, and we're targeting week 3 for that, but the date is still to be determined. So look out for that in our announcements. And one more thing, this is a very special announcement. Next slide. So not technical, but if you're interested in learning about self-finance, you know, you want to invest in stocks or index funds or whatever, this guy knows what's happening. He only worked for like 20 years after his MBA, and he was an engineer who got an MBA, and he retired at age 46. And now he, besides just enjoying his retired life, he goes around and he talks about how he did that at conferences and schools. And so he's already agreed to come speak to us and give his Finance 101. So this date is also TBD, but yeah, look out for it. That's it. And the alumni topic is very fitting for the next slides. Kat.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kat, and I am this year's secretary for IEEE. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about our Alumni Mentorship program, which is kicking off this quarter. So if you applied, acceptances to the program were sent out on January 2nd. So make sure you check your emails if you haven't already, and please feel free to email me with any questions you may have. We will have a kickoff for AMP this next Monday from 9 to 10 p.m. I think it's 8 to 9 p.m. I don't know what happened there. But anyways, check your email. All the information is out there. We're going to be playing some fun games and just getting amped up for this year's program. Yeah, really excited to meet you all and see you all next Monday.
Hi, I'm Selene, and me and Pranav are the external vice presidents, and we're in charge of directing IdeaHacks with Theta Tau. And IdeaHacks is the largest hardware hackathon on the West Coast. And we're going to be talking a little bit about that now.
Right. So IdeaHacks is still happening. I know there are people that are wondering, is it going to happen? Is it going to be remote, et cetera, et cetera. We're here to answer all those questions. IdeaHacks is still happening on the predetermined date of January 14th to 16th. The final applications will be closing today. The round 2 deadline is tonight. So if you're on the fence, just do it. About those applications, it's a great experience. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, so the event will be held remotely this year due to COVID-19 protocols that UCLA has in place. Yeah.
Yeah, so because the event will be remote, we will be using a Discord, and it's going to be the central place of communication between like volunteers, mentors, and just everyone involved in the event. And then we're going to have all the ceremonies and judging via Zoom. And then as for parts and soldering stations and like the 3D printers, they will be provided at the IEEE lab. And yeah, some of the finishing details are still being finalized, but I greatly encourage everybody to go and apply now. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, stay tuned for more updates as they come and get excited.
Yo, what's up? It's one of your PLMs here, Brandon Exotic or Brandon Lay, however you want to call me.
I'm Bradley. I'm also a PLM here with my elegant facial hair. Yes, we're here to give you some updates on the IEEE lab.
Yeah, so Money, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss the IEEE lab. It was my home away from home. How am I gonna get my home away from home when I'm at home? Well, don't fret. You know what that great Sparky Discord is for? Exactly this. So we will be holding our typical lab hours, or actually our new set of lab hours for the winter quarter on Discord up until the 18th, and hopefully UCLA comes back onto campus following those 2 weeks of quarantine. So should that stay the same, after that, we will be opening the physical lab, but we'll keep you updated as that goes along. So come out to virtual lab hours, say hi to the officers, hang out, play some games, listen to some music. It'll be a great time. Also, we've been talking to your projects leads, and for the most part, most of them don't have projects that will need the hardware that you may have left in the lab for a couple weeks. But if they do, they'll be reaching out to you, and we are holding some project part pickup days. So if you've already made your way back to Westwood, you can come to the lab on those days and pick them up. One of which, Bradley is so nice to be sitting in the physical lab all day tomorrow to be doing project pickups. So talk to your leads, see if you can pick up your parts tomorrow. Also, for just some basic lab safety, don't remember, if we get back to the physical lab and you're using some of our great equipment, our fun soldering irons, our awesome oscilloscopes, make sure to turn off the equipment after you use it, because we want to keep everyone safe and not start a fire, as well as keep your workstation organized and clean up after yourself. Just some notes about using our lab. And with that, we're going to move on to our favorite topic, Bradley's favorite topic, lab books.
Lab bugs, they exist. I know sometimes it's easy to forget that they exist, but they exist. Make sure to annoy your project leads to make sure you get all your lab books that you desire, that you need. There's stuff assigned for lectures or assignments, actually mostly just assignments, or coming up to workshops. It's a great incentive to come out to workshop. Just ping us about that. We can get you some lab bucks. And we do have prizes. There are snacks in the lab, and there is also merch. I know you don't really need snacks right now because we're not in the lab, but when we are back, or if you just want some snacks, let us know. We can redeem those lab bucks and you can start using them. We have a lot of really good things for you. And yeah, just a reminder, we have our Discord lab that is open, just like our normal lab would be. So make sure to join if you're not in there already. You can come in, do anything you would do normally in the lab, talk to us. I promise officers aren't scary. It's actually more chill because you can leave your camera off and you don't actually have to see each other's faces. So in that sense, it's honestly more of a reason to come to lab hours now that it's virtual. So yes, please come say hi to us in the lab.
Here we go. Can confirm officers are not scary, and you should definitely spend your lab bucks as I do, as in spend them whenever you can. We have amazing snacks in the lab. And now I'm here to inform you of some upcoming events. So get your calendars ready. We're going to put in some events in your calendars. All right, so we have a winter quarter game night in our very own Edgefleet Discord to kick off your Discord journey this 2 weeks we have online. So that's going to be Sunday, 8 p.m. and we'll just be sitting in Discord, chilling and playing some games. And then as Kat announced, we'll be having our AMP kickoff January 10th, apparently 8 p.m., not 9 p.m. So if you're in AMP, stay tuned for that. And then obviously our largest hardware hackathon in the West Coast, IdeaHacks, is coming up next weekend. And the deadline is tonight. So if you haven't applied, I don't know why you haven't, you have chance. You still have a chance to apply. So you should apply right now. And then some other things that are coming up this quarter, we have our winter GB kickoff. We're waiting on UCLA to announce some more logistics for that. But we will be having a kickoff and then we'll be having a lot of GB takeovers after that. And then Caleb is also planning some alumni panels, as you heard, so that's gonna be exciting. And then I'll be hosting a official officer speed dating social sometime later this quarter because our spring quarter is going to be elections for the next year. So if you are interested in that, or if you know someone who might be interested, be sure to stay in tuned for that. And
Yeah, wait, Taylor, can I say something real quick about that?
yes.
Oh, yeah. So like Taylor said, our elections are actually going to be held in the beginning of spring quarter. So if you're interested at all in becoming an officer, start to think about what role you might like. And like Taylor said, there's going to be an officer info session about the different roles, and afterwards a speed dating social. So you can learn and meet some of the officers and learn about what they do. So sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted to specify that. But yeah, look out for that too.
No problem, Caleb. Yes, definitely look out for that. And if you're interested, this is a good time to start looking at your officers, talking to your officers, making some connections. And one of the questions we've been getting all this quarter, your long sleeves. If you ordered a long sleeve last year, they're here finally. So if you are going to be in the lab to pick up something, you can ask an officer to also pick up your long sleeves along with whatever you're picking up. Or if you're not going to be in the lab in the near future, once we do open up regular lab hours, you'll be able to pick up your long sleeves if you happen to order them. So yes, for all these updates, make sure to stay connected with us through Discord, Facebook group, Instagram, and our website. I would say Discord is very active right now, so that will be a good place to start. And that concludes our winter GM. Is there a question from the audience? Anyone got questions? Yes, Tyler, we did see that. Thank you. All right. In that case, we will be ending the Zoom meeting for tonight. This meeting will be uploaded onto our regular YouTube channel. So if you would like to see our faces again for some reason, you can go there. All right, we'll stop the recording now.